Hey guys, today I'm going to be bringing you a review video of a product that is a portable music player. This product is the Altmann Micro Machines Tera-Player. And right now I'm listening to music that's like nothing I've ever listened to on the go. And that's the Tera-Player and my Air 4 AIs. It really is something unreal, something real special, and something that I want to share with you because it is unreal. The Tera-Player, it's not mine. I do currently have it on loan from Small 1966 on Headfire, or as we all know him, Andy, organised a recent Headfire meet. And I got about this loan because at the Headfire meet I had a look around what was on display, obviously some amazing stuff there. And I really wish I'd taken some videos from there because it was an absolute great day and a great meet. But I knew Andy had the Tera-Player because I saw it on a thread he posted, the Tera-Player thread I saw he posted about owning it and about how much he liked it. And I said to him, so have you got the Tera-Player with you? In the hope that I'd get a listen, and unfortunately he was bringing so much stuff with the raffle and everything that he couldn't, it might sound silly but he didn't bring it along, which is no big deal, but he offered me the chance to have it on a loan for a couple of weeks, which of course I didn't say no. It's a great opportunity, and yeah, but I accepted it, and he sent it over with a few SD cards, as that's what it takes, and the instructions, and yeah, I thought I've had it for about a week and a half now. It goes back Monday. Today's Thursday. Not Wednesday. Don't even know the day of the week. So I thought I'd bring you a little video to show you about it and just tell you a bit about it and say how much I'm enjoying it. So from what you can see, is probably something that looks not too dissimilar to a small, and yet here I am making a big fuss about it. First, if you're not aware of it, this retails for €840 from a German, I think it's a German company. €840 for something that hasn't got a screen. Maybe surprised I first was when I saw it. Then again, I've never had anything that's high-end portable player. I still use rigs like this iPod Nano 3rd generation and a Hippo Cricro, which I think obviously will line out and it sounds great. I don't ever not enjoy it. It sounds great with my Airs, sounds great with whatever I've been using, and I'm more than happy. So I got this through. He sent it with some SD cards because that's what it takes. It doesn't have any built-in memory. It takes some SD cards. So it's a really nice case as well. It's like an art box for SD cards. Sent it through with some SD and the instructions, of course, and I got on my way. So how does this work, you may ask? And as you can see, let's take you nice and close. As you can see, it has 5 main buttons. As you can guess, these skip through tracks, and that's your volume. And that works as pause and, well, stop and play, because it doesn't pause, it stops the song, and then it starts it again from the beginning when you play. And I think this is one of the features, I'm not bothered about no screen, but that's one of the ones that, you know, a lot when I'm in the car, for example, and my mum wants to tell me something, my dad wants to say something, so they'll stop me, say whatever they have to say, and I go back to the middle of the song where I am. With this, I can't really do it, so that's maybe a little downside for me, but that's that. Micro USB charger at the top. So yeah, I don't know if it comes with one or not, but I've got about 1 billion lying around with all my amps I've got. And then we have 2 output jacks. They're both output jacks. This one is maybe a slightly higher gain, but it's definitely a superior sound quality, the one on the right. That's the one I've been using the most. Some people said it's quite a subtle difference and you won't get it at first, but I got it right off the ball. Not to say I'm better than anyone, but I did notice the difference just from switching it around, A, B, and the same earphone back and forth, same songs of course. I did notice the difference, slightly superior quality there. And then we have the finally have the SD slot. So that's everything about it. On the back we have Altmann Micro Machines. It tells you a bit about it. It's the Tera-Player. Only takes HC SD cards or whatever up to 32 gigabytes, but I think people have tried 64s and stuff, and it works. 16 to 20 or 24-bit WAV. Sampling rates up to 192 kilohertz. And yeah, made in Germany, I was right. Right, making things up. So sorry if you can hear the rain in the background. So to power it up, we get our SD card and we just put that in. It'll stick out a bit at the top, so don't push it in, you'll break something, or you don't want to break anything, but no, it sticks out a bit at the top, and we now have it on. Flashes blue LED light up there every now and again to show that it's on. Could wait for a flash. But setup of this is really simple. So this is my computer. So I'm sure you're all aware of how SD cards work and stuff, but the reason I'm doing this is because there's no screen. I'm actually showing how, like, maybe the layout of the of everything will work once you're inside the Tera-Player, how you can navigate through it and stuff like that. So I'm just using this SD card's USB adapter that Andy actually sent through with me to help me out, which I didn't have one. It's quite handy of him. I would normally go through one of the USB ports in the back, but just to show you what I'm doing, I'll go through the front. So we open it up, and we have the folders. They're the albums I've got on it. So I've got currently about 7 albums on it. Which ain't too much. I've got more memory on the 32 gig card, but obviously because it's all WAV, it does take up quite a bit. That's one of the handy things about having more than one SD card. You can just maybe put a few albums in that, etc. So you have just switch through them on the go. But once you're in the Tera-Player, you can obviously navigate through it, but you obviously haven't got a screen to do that. So what I've done here is, I know that Eric Clapton albums first, followed by the Linkin Park, followed by the Morrissey, Oasis, Slipknot, Stereophonics, and finally White Lies album. So I know they're all in that order. So what I can do is, with the Tera-Player, if I hold down while playing a song, the middle button, if I click right or left on the top, it will go from next album if you click right, or if you hold and go left, it will go back an album. So say I'm on the Eric Clapton album and I click left, and I click left, I'll go to the White Lies album. If I was held the middle button and went right from Eric Clapton, I go Linkin Park. If you have multiple albums of one artist, you can then do the same thing, same principle. Hold the middle button and go right on the volume, and that's how you change artist. Obviously, with the setup I've got, only changing album will really be worth doing. But you know, you have the option there if you have a lot of albums from one artist. So say I had 7 folders, all Eric Clapton, and all different albums, I can just skip through. No, that's not the principle, but yeah, you get me. So yeah, you can actually use this to navigate, and there is also a shuffle mode, which you have a different configuration of buttons to do. To get onto random mode or shuffle mode, whatever you want to call it, so it just shuffles through all the songs on here, we have to select both these 2 buttons at the same time, hold them down, and that's when you'll enter random mode, which is cool if you just want to iPod shuffle it out. But there is a navigation method, like I've shown you, in place, and obviously you want to maybe keep note of how your files are ordered on your SD card, so you can do that easily. But I think navigation's been fine. Obviously I've only got a few albums at a time on there, and I just navigated through them last night in the car and while I was out with no problems at all. And obviously I've got more than one SD card, so they've all got different stuff on them. So I think that's really cool. I don't think there's any problems with navigation. Obviously it is nice to have a screen, but they managed to work this, I think, and that's what I like to see. So that's the user interface, if whatnot, of the Tera-Player. As for build quality, it's really well done. Nice rugged screws, nice metal construction, everything's really nice. Nothing to worry about there. I'm obviously not going to throw it around if you're doing anything silly. One, it's not mine, and even if it was mine I wouldn't do it, but yeah, it's nice rugged construction, and if if I was to drop it, which I haven't and don't plan on doing it, as I'm sure Andy doesn't, I'm sure nothing bad would happen. So there's that to keep in mind. If maybe you are a bit more rough with your portable players, there's that to keep in mind. The next one is compatibility. So compatibility or driving power or hiss or whatnot with different earphones. And to do this, to test driving power, see what it can load, what sort of load it can take. Go from a low sensitivity, quite high impedance of 300 ohms. Sennheiser HD 580s, which I modded a little bit, but I think there's more videos on that. So they're 300 ohms. I used to use my Objective 2 amplifier to drive them, and it does a good job. But a lot of other amps don't manage it. And I'll be honest, Tera-Player ain't suited for your high-end headphones. Well, not high-end headphones. Your hard-to-drive headphones. So if you've got your Odyssey LCD2s or your Sennheiser HD 800s, the 580s, your 650s, whatnot, anything with a high impedance, you're not really going to want to. I get my Tera-Player to drive them because at the end of the day it can't do it, and that's not what it's made for. For me, that's not a big deal. I use these at home. I don't want these on the go, and I didn't want. That's not what I'm looking for with that. IEMs or low sensitivity headphones, such as my II TMA ones, they go with it. Didn't do a too bad. I've done a pretty nice job, I think, if anything, with my modded Denon D2000s. I think I've done a pretty good job there. So yeah, nothing to worry about there. And IEMs, of course, had no problems. Obviously, one problem when it comes to IEMs is if they are really sensitive, you might get a bit of a hiss. And obviously, we've just established it's not got a lot of power, but it still could cause a hiss, say with the more sensitive of in-ear headphones. And actually, I've got a Lear LCM5, which is pretty much hitting as sensitive as in-ears go. But other than that, you probably know the Shure SE535s as to one of the most sensitive in-ear phones, and yeah, they didn't hiss with the Tera-Player too bad, or if any hiss, maybe a slight pickup, but nothing that concerned me, and it went straight after the music started. So yeah, they'll work with anything. It'll work with your in-ears, your on-ears, as long as it hasn't got a high impedance or low sensitivity, you'll be fine with a Tera-Player. One thing, there was a maybe like clicking or beeping noise in the background when I was listening to stuff with it. And nothing that was horrible. It did warn you that it becomes unbearable, well not unbearable, but a bit louder if you insert your headphones, then you put your SD card in to turn it on. Then it's like I've done it once, and it's quite a noticeable sort of noise in the background. But I found it to be underlined, even if I did do it properly, like insert everything properly, still found the noise to be slightly there. Only detectable in between songs and stuff, but if you understand, it still was there, and I didn't interfere with the earphones at all or the sound, but it was there. Yeah, lastly, I think it's time to talk about the sound quality. I have heard high-end systems, in which I mean like at the headphone meet, there was some of the best DACs, into the best amps, into the best headphones. Obviously they sounded awesome, completely transparent. The background is what's described as completely black. You could hear the source as it was meant to be, I guess, and that's the only way I can describe this. It's not coloured, it's not warm, it's not bright, it's neutral. And that's why I really found it synergised well with my Air 4 AIs, because maybe they're very neutral earphones. I'm sure you know what they're like if you see my review of them. But these paired like nothing else. The sound I got out of these was comparable to, say, some open back headphones with the best rig I've heard. And I was sitting in the car listening to it thinking, how is this possible? Obviously the sound stage was not as open. That's the biggest change, but that's because they're not open back headphones. But the sound quality, I mean, this blows the water out of my iPhone. My iPod Nano with the Hippo Cry blows the water out of my iPhone. This blows the water out of both of them put together at the best aspects, all of that. It's silly the amount of difference. The amp in here is as neutral and as refined, detailed as say my Objective 2 amplifier there, which is obviously known to be a very transparent amplifier. Obviously I've not got I don't use that DAC a lot, it's quite coloured and warm, but yeah, I mean the sound quality out of this is just, I can't put words into it. My €840 is considered for this. If I had a bit more money, I could well be getting one. So yeah, that did have me worrying. But is it for everyone? I don't know, because some people want a bit of warmth that maybe the Audio Engine D1 DAC can give you, or something like that. People maybe want the warmth. People want the slight coloration, and not the perfect neutrality or whatever. So for that reason, this maybe it's not for you or anything. But and also I must say with Innies, it's synergised really well. I've synergised it well with the Air 4 AIs and a few other IMs I've tried with it. Also tried my custom inner monitors with it, the ACS T2, and that was quite a treat. Even though they're quite bassy in here from the little time I've had with them so far, but I did find that they didn't synergise with everything so well, and the main one of that is a headphone I reviewed not too long ago, the Accutone Pieces Band, or Pisces Band, or whatever you want to call it. And I thought, oh wow, took some nice pictures of these together, because the colour coordination of the two headphones together, I thought it's like match made in heaven, surely. The orange colour of the Pisces Band, mixed with the orange buttons on the Terra. I thought, wow, they all look nice together, and they do look nice together. Will they sound nice together? And they just didn't. I preferred these with my iPhone. The things that these specialise in, you know, it needs a bit of coloration, it needs a bit of warmth, because they are bassier headphones, and so, you know, it just proved to me that how much I love this. So my Airs, I think it was just a lucky synergy. Obviously I've tried it with a lot more, and the synergy's been there with a lot of others, and the sound quality has been awesome, but you know, I didn't enjoy it with the Accutone Pieces Band. Like, that was just one I'm going to pick out, but I'm just saying it's not for everyone, and €840 is a lot of money. So if you're unsure if it's going to work with your headphone, you know, trying one first would be nice. And obviously very hard to come about just trying a Tera-Player, but not much more I can say about it. It's fantastic. It with my Air 4 AIs is some sort of magic that my ears can't. I don't know if they're even ready for it. It's just I'm sitting there like not knowing what to do with myself. It's you know, people were a bit, well, really, can it be that good? It's got no screen, it's tiny, you know, is there anything going on there? It can't drive big headphones. Only plays WAV, that's not something I've talked about. But yeah, sound quality, I mean, that's what I'm about. I don't care about how good it looks or anything like that. It's sound quality, and that's what this delivers in. And yeah, I didn't touch on that, but it only supports WAV. Obviously that's the utmost audio files you can get, and that's what it wants to play, and it does him well. Obviously you can convert your FLAC up to WAV, but obviously it's not going to make it into WAV, it's going to make it into FLAC WAV or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, so yeah, that's the Tera-Player. I guess I recommend it. I love listening to it. I want one myself, and I'm jealous of Andy. You know, envious maybe, but so I'm going to say it one more time. Thanks a lot, Andy, or Smile1966, for letting me borrow this for the 2 weeks. It's been a pleasure. Thanks ever so much, and also thanks a lot for sending it over. It's been great. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and maybe I've hurt your wallet a little bit.